really about the OMSs of the prices. My question to you is, in this scenario, what is the need for a stock limit? I mean, might be a great idea for the government to monitor stocks, so people can continue to submit the returns and give their stock positions. But why bind us down to limits? Are we in an era of scarcity? Are things bad? Or should the government be dynamic and look at that also?
So certainly, sir, gathering information by the government from the market is fair. But I don't think so in the given current scenario there is any requirement to put any limit. I'm sure Navneet ji is taking this up with the government, and I'm sure it should get resolved.
So now, Ajay ji, was the OMSs required at this point of time? Is it going to find good support? Are people going to be actively bidding? And what will it do to the market sentiments? At a time when I'm told that sowing is delayed in most parts of the country, and it's going to probably continue till end of November. So, ऐसे में अगर कुछ there is any bearishness, will it prompt the farmers to probably think of shifting to a more profitable crop like mustard, for instance?
So I come from a deficit state, and so there are two schools of thoughts as far as OMSs is concerned. I am totally for freeing the industry and the trade from all sorts of controls. And what I have noticed is there have been times in the past 3-4 decades when the government was full of stock up to here. They would say, please participate in OMSs, please participate. And when they were short, they would say, why didn't you procure in season? We are also procuring in season. So I think the government plays it out the way they desire. As far as the industry is concerned, it would be best if the government declared for the next 5 years there is no OMSs, no stock limit. Please do what you want, and this is our watermark. If wheat prices go beyond this point, which they can easily say by June 15th, they have all the data and the crop with them, then we will be forced to intervene. And that is the band that the government said. But the government seems to be playing that I Spice game, or which game we used to play in childhood, where, I really don't understand why so much of suspense should be in the system. And whether you require, so there are pockets in the country where, wheat doesn't reach people due to various reasons, and they're all small micro markets. So it's highly beneficial for them. And the person who is standing in the center of a wheat crop, he obviously feels, where is the need? It's like me standing in Mumbai and saying, there's so much of water, why should we have pipelines to, deliver the... So of course, they fulfill the need, and of course then it also shows that the government is in command as far as wheat pricing and the wheat, so this is one of the methods. But I guess it's high time that the government got out of the way of this entire chain, barring MSP, which, it's a call for the government. And as far as consumer protection is concerned, I think they continue to have their distribution policies. It is like that tomato in the sandwich, the millers who get, in between both the slices of bread. Because when prices go up, we are blamed. When prices come down when we buy in the market, we are blamed that we shouldn't be buying at such low prices, and it could be criminal offense. So I think the government should come out with due discussion, with all the interested parties, that what should be the policy. Make one singular announcement in June, and then leave it at that.
Very well put. In fact, आपने मेरे पुराने बॉस की याद दिला दी. तो वो हमेशा ऐसा होता था कि अगर मैं तो प्रोक्योरमेंट मैनेजर हूँ, तो या तो मैं खरीदूंगा या नहीं खरीदूंगा. तो अगर खरीदा और दाम ऊपर चले गए, तो बोलते थे और क्यों नहीं खरीदा, ठीक है ना. और दाम नीचे गए, तो बोला क्यों खरीदा. क्यों नहीं, मतलब चिंतवी मेरी, मैं तो पिटा हुआ इंसान हमेशा वहीं से. But on that lighter note, may I ask Navneet ji, so there has been some change in the policy. If you can, or I'll pass you my mic. So there's been a change in the policy, and हमने देखा कि wheat bran exports have been allowed. उसका कुछ impact आया है. दूसरा, there's a adjunct question to this. The second question is, we all know the destructive ability of a product called DDGS and how it has disrupted various oil meal markets, wheat bran markets, etc. तो अब ये DDGS की कहानी किस तरह जा रही है, और कल को अगर हमने और भारत में US से इंपोर्ट कर लिया कौन, तो आपको आगे की कहानी कैसे दिखती है? Over to you.
जहाँ तक wheat bran exports की बात है, तो this is very good that we have an open market. Even if we export or not, we get the opportunity to export or not. But एक avenue खुला है तो sentiments play a game. You know, today everybody is suffering with wheat bran sales. So we need that the market should be open for us, not only wheat products also, so that if there is a chance of placing our product anywhere in the world, we can. Next thing, DDGS. Now we have to accept the truth that DDGS will be there with us and we have to face the competition with DDGS. It is better that we should innovate ourselves. We should think how we can utilize this bran. Like nowadays you can see there are many boards, particle boards and all these things are coming in the market. Whether we can utilize our bran in that line also or not. So we have to think other avenues where we can utilize our wheat bran, because not only our industry is suffering, rather cattle feed industry is also suffering from DDGS. I had a talk with maize people also, they are also suffering. Altogether everybody is suffering from DDGS because of its pricing. So we have to see other opportunities and accept that it is a truth that DDGS is there and it will remain with us.
Thank you. Vinodji sir, may I ask you, so I think, you know, there has been this consistent demand from Indian diaspora that हमें भारत में बना हुआ आटा on the stone चक्की with Indian wheat, वो चाहिए, and not something which is made with Australian wheat, right? तो आप इस पूरे समीकरण को कैसे देखते हैं? I mean, do you think we are so short of wheat right now as a country that we can't spare 500,000 tons of exports? Should we not be looking at
people? That also poor people.
To our own people, absolutely.
Not somebody else. Indians want it.
No, I think yes, the government should permit export of wheat atta, especially out of the Chakindis, which is very, very prominent, and nowhere else other than South Asia we can get the same quality of wheat. South Asia is the only source where chapati wheat is grown. The other parts of the world, either a bread wheat or a soft wheat for biscuits. So we are only privileged nation where we grow wheat which is good for chapatis, and chapati is the staple food of all Indians. Should permit the export of wholemeal atta made through stone chakis. Of course, duly fortified.
Now, Adinarayan ji, again, last but not the least, नहीं आप बैठिए, आप अपना vote of thanks तो जरूर देंगे, but उसके पहले मैं आपसे चाहता हूँ कि मार्केट का क्या रुझान, सिंपल लैंग्वेज, आप आगे क्या देखते हैं? नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी are traditionally, market, wheat market ascends, और ऊपर जाता है, तेजी रहती है थोड़ी बहुत, कभी ज़्यादा, कभी कम, but it is never bearish. आपको क्या लगता है इस साल क्या होने वाला है? और दूसरा, दो सवाल है. सेकंड, आपको क्या लगता है कि इस बार वीट की प्लांटिंग एरिया वगैरह ज़्यादा होगा? बिकॉज मस्टर्ड से सुन रहे हैं बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट.
2% ज़्यादा सुनने की बात आ रही है मार्केट में कि 2% ज़्यादा प्रोडक्शन होगा के बाद. अब आ जाते हैं सर, ये जो नवंबर के बाद में डिमांड आएगी 100-150 रुपये की तेजी आएगी. अब जो गवर्नमेंट इंप्लीमेंट कर रही है तो थोड़ा सा मार्केट ठीक रहेगा, बट बढ़ेगा नहीं, तो एटलीस्ट सेम स्टेबल रहेगा. मार्केट में खूब अवेलेबिलिटी रहेगी, गेहूँ की सर कोई कमी नहीं है. सब मिलर्स के पास गेहूँ है, सब ट्रेडर्स के पास में गेहूँ पड़ी है, तो आई डोंट थिंक देयर मच चांसेस ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग मार्केट क्लीन रहता ही है तो मार्केट पिकअप करेगा। अब तो पिकअप नहीं किया। दिवाली के टाइम में भी लोग सोचते थे डिमांड आएगी, आई ही नहीं डिमांड, अब आएगी।
Great, sir. Thank you very much. And my closing remarks on the demand factor. And this is a question which I've been getting continuously from a lot of people after GST cut, which is more or less brought down the tax percentage from 18 to 5% for most of our products, which include biscuits and noodles and pasta, etc. So, has that spurred demand? Well, the simple answer is not yet, because it is yet to translate in many cases. Having said that, what will happen is, most of us FMCGs, we work on a price point, right? So we work on a 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees biscuit, or a 5 rupee, 10 rupee, 15 rupee noodle. Now in this, we will not make it 4 rupees 48 paise, which we have done in this case for 2 months to exhaust the old laminates, the old packaging. But now we are not going to go back to 5 rupees. But in that we will add a biscuit. So there we will probably give back to the consumer more than 12%. Probably be more like 15%. And we are hoping कि एक बार एक बिस्किट का पैकेट खुल जाता है, we are hoping कि वो कंज्यूम भी हो जाएगा, right? कोई उसको उठा के फ्रिज में नहीं डालेगा। और या बिंगो चिप्स का पैकेट खुल जाता है तो उसमें फिर 3 चिप्स उठा के कोई फ्रिज में नहीं डालेगा, right? तो खा लेंगे and demand will increase. So with that, on that happy note, let's request Adil Rayji to please read out the vote of thanks.